You don't have to worry about the Rams fans, bro. They don't exist. I've yet to see one with my own two eyes.
Oh, man. Well, just like Todd Gurley's knee, I'm out.
God, that was uncalled for. But like Todd Gurley's other knee, I'm also out. Sorry. Hello and welcome to another off-season review for the NFC West this time. We're getting into the Niners, the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Arizona Cardinals. I'm joined by my excellent co-host, Juan.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Make sure to follow us, subscribe, hit that like button, comment down below on how much you hate the 49. Oh, sorry. That was my mistake. We love the Niners.
Do you personally still hate them?
I do.
They're not your Bay rival anymore. No
I don't care. It's Bay Area. It's bad Bay Area blood, all right?
There is no more Bay Area. It's like,
I don't care.
It's like a different state.
I don't care. I hate Niner fans. I hate the 49er faithful, all right? But this is the podcast, all right? We got to be unbiased.
I hate how their stadium's not in their city. It's like an hour away.
Well, you want to start down the street? Because we do live in L.A. You want to start with the Rams?
You know what? Let's jump right into the Rams. And, we're going to give you the season review from our point of view, and we're going to give you our grade for them. So they went 10-6. They had the best defense in football. They had the worst quarterback in football. People are going to come at me. Jared Goff, he took him to the Super Bowl, whatever. He sucks. They traded him and a first-round pick and another first-round pick for Matthew Stafford. I feel like this team's kind of in a weird place. They're $26 million over the cap. They did get rid of Goff, which was huge for them. So give me your grade.
I'm going to go A-. I thought they really did good towards the end of the regular season. Plus, they even beat the Seahawks. I felt like that was a good win. Obviously, they got overmatched by Green Bay. And I think it's like what you said. It was bad quarterback play. They should have never gave Jared Goff that money. It was a big mistake. He wasn't that good. And I'm so glad Matthew Stafford has found a home in L.A. and probably one of the best situations he could have went to.
Well, first of all, how much better is the weather in L.A. than Detroit? Let's start there.
Well, come on. It's Dome. It's the Dome in Detroit.
Yeah, but I'm saying you got to deal with the snow and shit, and snow's not fun. I've had to deal with snow. But look, now you got to play in the brand new LA Stadium. SoFi ain't even. I'm so glad Jared Goff didn't have to play in front of fans in that stadium. Like, at least now they get to see a good quarterback in person for the first time in like 10 years. I'm sorry. Sorry, Rams fans, if you're out there listening. Look, I'll say this. The Rams did lose one key thing on their coaching staff. They lost their defensive coordinator. He didn't move cities. He just went to the team across the hall. He's with the Chargers now. Do you think that's a big loss?
It might be a big loss, but luckily they still have Ramsey. They still got Donald, all right? They still got the players there. And as long as they keep that culture and hunger from those players, they should be fine, okay? I really like John Johnson. I really like what they have going on in the defense. Morgan Fox is a really good, underrated lineman for them.
You think so too?
He played fucking phenomenal, man, when Aaron Donald went out.
I did. I was gonna say, man, like I love him as a situational guy. Like, he's a really good backup. Look, you just brought up John Johnson. He's one of their big free agents. They got Leonard Floyd, Troy Hill, Darius Williams, the corner that just took over the LA area, if not for Ramsey. I felt like he got so much hype around these parts. And they got Gerald Everett. Everett's not coming back. He's like the most talented, least talented tight end I've ever seen. If they lose Floyd, man, all four of those defensive guys I really like. Leonard Floyd was good for them. Troy Hill's underrated. And John Johnson's
very underrated.
John Johnson's underrated too. Like,
a big reason why they traded Peters.
Big, exactly. And also, Peters is a locker room cancer. We'll get into that later when we cover the Ravens. I feel like one of the biggest questions, though, facing this team, like along with the free agents, what happens if they don't win this year? Like, they have mortgaged their future. They have continuously mortgaged it. Like, at some point, like, are you worried? Like, if they go like 5-11 or 6-8 or 6-10, excuse me, is McVay the guy still? Like, what's McVay's like hot seat meter at?
Man, if they go 5-11, I will be shocked. And obviously, he will be on the hot seat. but I don't think that's going to happen. I really do think what the Rams are doing is kind of like the new norm in football right now. And a lot of teams are trying to go all in. You've seen what happened with the Tampa Bay Bucks. They kind of went all in. They got Antonio Brown. They got Rob Gronkowski. They wound up getting Brady. Yes, it's not the same magnitude as what the Rams are doing because the Rams are more doing it with their draft picks. But draft picks can be very overrated at times. And to be honest, with this team not having a lot of draft picks, they have been doing a phenomenal job of drafting guys the last couple of years when not having these first round picks.
They've got guys like Troy Hill, like we just talked about, Morgan Fox. I like Jordan Fuller, and I like Terrell Burgess too on their team. I think the defense probably gonna take a step back. Like very rarely see defenses repeat as number one defense, especially in like these in the most recent times.
If you're generational, you do. Like the Seahawks had a good consistency for about 3 years.
I don't think this team's on that level.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Those are generational type defenses.
Yeah. And here's my thing. Like we've said, we're going to say it continuously. The salary cap doesn't really matter. You can work around that number. They could probably have $10 million in the next 2 weeks. That's how creative these general managers are. I think the big area for this football team is their O-line. It was bad last year. And the one good thing I'll say is, okay, last year when they didn't run the ball well, right? You thought they were going to lose.
Yeah, because Jared Goff was so bad.
Do you think their running game is going to be better this upcoming year, or last year with Goff? I feel like their run game's good because of McVay and shit, but teams just sell out to stop their run because they're not afraid of Goff at all.
I know people like Cam Akers, but I kind of want to see a little bit more from him. I'm not saying to the point where they should draft a running back or get one in free agency or anything like that. He definitely deserves to have the job again, and he had his moments. But yeah, most definitely.
Is he going to take a step forward?
Yeah, take a step forward. Like take that next step and really be impactful the whole season and stay healthy.
Would you be shocked if Stafford had a career year?
Wouldn't be shocked at all. Look, this is just a hint that I'm being super unbiased. Max knows I freaking hate the Rams, okay? I hate everything about them. I hate how they try to be LA so fucking bad. And they're they have no fans out here. No one cares about the Rams. It's just I don't like them at all. But I have to admit, me personally, I think they have really big things coming with Matthew Stafford. I think they're gonna be really fucking good. Like, they had a chance to beat a lot of NFC teams last year with Goff. And Goff was bad. So I can only imagine just the upgrade that they got with Stafford. Like, they're going to be a whole lot better.
Jared Goff would get like 10 cupcake throws a game. And like he'd miss a couple of them or like throw an inaccurate pass. Stafford, if you give him 10 cupcake throws a game, like, just great play design. Like, that's going to be... Like, I don't think he's had that since like Calvin Johnson left Detroit. Like, what, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm a Rams fan, not that I know any that exist personally, I'm fucking thrilled for the season to start. Like, there's a lot of optimism for the Rams. I'll say that. And like, I think we should get into another team right now that's kind of like, I don't know if there's optimism or there's like a level of being scared. Can we go into the Seahawks real quick?
There was a report that came out that Russell Wilson is indeed frustrated with how many times he has been sacked. And I don't blame him.
Before I comment on that, they went 12-4 last year. They won their division,
but fizzled out at the end. Bad.
There were some bright spots for Seattle. Like, we saw the emergence of DK Metcalf. The defense went from dog crap to pretty respectable. But, dude, they should not have lost that game. And maybe Jamal Adams ruined it because he knocked out Walford in, like, the first quarter. But that was a tough look for Seattle. Yeah,
just the way that they did, I'm giving them a B- for their season. I loved it in the beginning. As far as their offense, like the whole hashtag let Russ cook. DK Metcalf really showed up this season. Tyler Lockett's a baller. Their defense struggled a lot in the beginning of the season. It was just terrible things happening. The defense got it together at the end, but the offense wound up fizzling out. Combination of bad offensive line play, combination of some bad injuries. You can tell Tyler Lockett was unhealthy at the end of the year, but really disappointed the way that they ended.
Everything you said, I agree with, bro. And let me go back to Russ. He's been hit so many times. But how many times, one, have you seen him run for his life like Mahomes did in the Super Bowl and make magic appear?
Probably ever since he won that Super Bowl. I think the year that he won the Super Bowl, after that, it's been downhill.
I don't know why they went back to, like, let's run the ball and shit last year. I thought that was, like, when their offense was at its worst. Like, I get Russ was careless with the ball. Remember, like, the Arizona game where he threw 3 dumb picks? But, like, I don't, like, you got to let Russ cook. You have so many good receivers. You got DK, you got Lockett. Like, they even have a good running back in Chris Carson. Like, mix him into it. Like, I feel like they don't have an identity. And they just fired their offensive coordinator.
It's about time, though.
Yeah, I agree 100%. What's the bigger problem? Russ wanting a trade? Well, I don't know. Should we say Russ wants a trade or he's just kind of doing a power play? I feel like he's kind of, like, lighting a fire under their ass.
Yeah. He's just expressing how he feels and kind of just saying, like, hey, like, let's be aggressive this year and give me a fucking offensive lineman.
So is that a bigger need than the defense? Because the defense needs guys who can cover. Shaquille Griffin, big free agent. And I didn't mention they're $4 million over the cap. That's going to change, obviously, but I think they got to keep him. He might be their only guy who can cover.
Well, they have Quandre Diggs. He can cover.
Yeah, but he's not really a corner. He's more of a safety who kind of covers a little bit. And I know you're definitely going to say Jamal Adams can't cover, knowing you.
No, he can't cover, but they have a lot of talent. I think they have the ability to put it all together with a couple of free agents or maybe even some draft picks that wind up hitting. I think, to be honest, I'm not worried about their defense. I think Jamal Adams and Bobby Wagner, as far as in coverage this year, they really had a down year. I don't see them having that bad of a season again. I have faith in those two guys.
So your number one priority is keep Russ happy. We got to keep Russ happy.
Yeah, keep Russ happy. Like, let's get him a fucking tight end. All right? Let's get him a tight end. Let's get him some offensive linemen. He had a tight end for 5
years. He had Jimmy Graham for all those years. He ain't do shit with him.
Well, we all know how Jimmy Graham is. Come on.
He had a resurgence in Chicago. Come on. Caught like a few touchdowns.
You know, thinking of a tight end that might fit really good with Russ, and I think it's a perfect team for him. We all know Philly's gonna cut Zach Ertz. How about Zach Ertz on the Seahawks?
Like, you know, like how Zach Ertz just runs all the short routes and shit in the tree. Like, they could definitely use that. Because DK, you're not throwing him the ball short unless it's like a quick screen.
Yeah,
and like Lockett can go short, but he's more intermediary. I feel like, and Ertz would definitely help.
Yeah, and
Ertz, I mean, Greg Olson's not the answer. He's not the answer at 38 years old or whatever.
Yeah. I like Ertz for that offense, though. I don't know why they winded up losing out on Clowney. That was a whole weird situation because they don't have no pass rush. They just have a group of guys.
Are you saying it's a problem when your safety leads your team in sacks?
Yeah, I don't know if it's because they suck at rushing the passer or Jamal Adams is that great.
I think it's both, bro. Like, you should not. Like, okay, I get he's really good in the box, but, like, you got to have a defensive lineman who can create pressure. Because even though he got sacks, I wouldn't say Jamal Adams creates pressure. Like, okay, Jamal Adams, he has 9.5 sacks, right? But he's not a guy who's consistently pressuring the quarterback. Not like a Shaq Barrett, Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald. They need someone like that, and they had that in Clowney.
Yeah, and I want to get a percentage from you. What's the percentage that Russell Wilson gets traded?
0. No,
0%. I would give 0%. it about 10%.
That high?
Yeah, I feel like 10%. John Schneider is kind of a wild card. I can see him doing it, but it'll be tough, man. It'll be a really tough move for the Seahawks to move on. It'll have to be an enormous amount of assets from a team to get Wilson.
More than Deshaun?
If not the same amount.
I think you're crazy. I think Russ is just as good, but he's 32. He's a little less than Deshaun because Deshaun's 25. You might have Deshaun another 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
But look, there's no way. I'm sorry, there's no way. And I think they got to fix the defense too. Like Russ isn't going nowhere, you know. But like, get him a lineman. I agree with you. Get him a lineman, but you got to fix this defense. And
yeah.
I think maybe get an identity too.
Yeah, I know Pete Carroll wants to run the ball. I think deep down inside he does. But he has like this Hall of Fame great quarterback in Russell Wilson, and it doesn't really work out like the way that he wants to, because deep down inside, that's how the Seahawks won back in the day. They played defense and they ran the ball with Marshawn Lynch. And I don't know if Chris Carson's the guy, a person who they were missing, who a lot of people, like me included, Rashad Penny was out the whole year. I like Rashad Penny. I'm looking forward to seeing him again.
I didn't love the pick when they made it, and he's been hurt. I think he's good, but like to invest the first round pick, like if I was Seattle, I'd trade my first round pick every year, bro. They haven't hit on one since like Bruce Irvin. So just continue to draft good in late rounds, bro. Like you don't need to spend the first round pick. Like go get like a veteran for a first round pick every year.
Yeah. Hopefully Rashad Penny winds up blossoming for them even more.
Definitely. He definitely has a lot to prove. I'll say that, man.
Yeah. Well, let's move on. Let's go to the Cardinals. Okay. Arizona. Kyler Murray took a huge step this year. A lot of people expected it. Kind of was dealing with some injuries. Ankle. Wasn't really that mobile at the end of the year. Had some great moments, though. MVP type moments with the whole DeAndre Hopkins Hail Mary against Buffalo. Hopkins had a big year. Buda Baker's a stud. But came up short. They didn't make the playoffs, man. I think they were a year away, but I would give them a B+. I think they were a little bit ahead schedule. I don't think anyone expected them to be that good.
What was the record? 8-8, right?
Correct.
I didn't love Cliff Kingsbury when they hired him. I didn't love him in the beginning of the year. I started liking him a lot more in the second part of the year, and I kind of started to hate him the third part of the year. When Kyler got hurt, we saw this offense change. He was so important to their running aspect of it. Because, look, they can't run the ball for shit, like, traditionally, right? Like, Kenyon Drake is, like, it's all, like,
I would disagree.
Gimmicks.
I would disagree.
Really?
Maybe, yeah, they don't run it traditionally under center, but they can definitely run the ball.
I disagree. They have two fucking run plays. Inside zone, outside zone, and Kyler make magic runs.
A lot of people are going to hate on Cliff Kingsbury. You can say that shit all you want. There was a point in time deep in the season, you take away Kyler Murray's rush yards, they were still number 3 at rushing. Like, that's no accident.
It's all due to Kyler. It's Kyler. It's not like they're actually good at running the ball. It's just like, hey, look at Baltimore. They're not really amazing at running the ball. They just have, like, they put you in a fucking bind because they have Lamar Jackson.
But they can still
like
run the ball.
Effect. It's like the Kyler effect, dude. They're too dependent on him. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you can't line up under center and run the damn ball, which they never do because they never get under center, like, I don't like it. I'm sorry. That's just me. And, like, to me, Cliff Kingsbury ass is on the hot seat. Yeah, well, this year is a make it or break it year for Cliff.
Yeah, I would disagree on Cliff, man. Cliff, I kind of went towards the direction on. I don't think he's as bad as people think. And he gets a bad rap for, the whole college aspect, and he runs a college offense. But he got put in a perfect situation with being able to draft Kyler Murray at number 1 and not having to get a guy like Josh Rosen or someone like that. But hey, it works. I don't care. It may not be pretty. It may not be the traditional way of doing shit, but it fucking works, okay? And I think a big reason why of them going 8-8 and losing at the end of the season is 1, Kyler's health, and 2, the defense. The defense they're just not that good. They have Buda Baker, I understand, but their defense is not that good. They have a lot of guys that are still developing, like in Isaiah Simmons. He had a weird rookie year, but that's your boy.
I love me some Clemson. I feel like the offseason really hurt him in not having a defined role. And I mean, they lost their best player on defense early in the year, Chandler Jones.
Yeah,
that was huge for them. And like Pat Pete's washed. I'm sorry, dude.
Well, they're letting him go.
Player.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's not a bad player. But you're not Pat Pete, leave you on an island. Like, we saw DK and Tyler, like, destroy him.
Yeah. And they got who I think is fool's gold. I hope they don't re-sign him. It's Hassan Riddick.
Are you telling me that there's something to people playing good in the contract year?
I think he's gonna be one of those guys. Hopefully he turns out to be one of those guys like, I don't know, like Shaq Barrett. I don't know, like that's he's been improving every year because I thought Shaq Barrett was one of those guys who was kind of fool's gold with all the sacks.
I think
that he
Hassan
got.
Riddick would look really good in silver and black, bro. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I can see the fucking Raiders signing a guy like Hassan Riddick. Don't bring that up. But
big 4-year deal.
But yeah, I think they're in good shape. I think this year is going to be the leap. This upcoming year is going to be a big leap. I expect big things from them. The one problem I have that scares me, division. This division is fucking loaded. They got the worst team in this division, if you're not including them, is the 49ers, and they're damn sure good. Like, they had and they're for damn sure good with their defense. They have problems on the quarterback end, but their defense is still going to be good. They have a lot of guys coming back from injury. We all know what the Seahawks bring. You got to deal with Russell Wilson, and then the Rams are coming. They got Stafford now. Not to mention they're bringing back a number one defense from last season. So that scares me. The division scares the living shit out of me. Luckily, there's an extra playoff spot still, so that can help them out. But that's my one issue. It's just the division. That scares me.
It's definitely the best division in football, honestly. Like, Frisco went 6-10 last year, and like that was good for considering like the no Jimmy G, no Kittle for a long stretch. Mostert's out. Bosa's gone. Like, their whole defense basically got hurt. Like, their whole team.
So what was your grade on the Cardinals? I don't think I got it.
I gave them a B. Like, there were times where it was an A, and there was times it was a C. So I just evened it out with a B.
Yeah, all season, you can go back to our past podcasts. I think we're 1 year off of Kyler Murray. People wanted to already crown him.
You've been saying that. You said that.
Yeah, people have been wanting to crown him so early. He's great. He's electric. Like, he's Michael Vick type guy. He's fun as hell to watch. Okay,
pint-sized Mike Vick.
Yeah, he's a little munchkin-sized Mike Vick. All right, but he wasn't there yet. He just wasn't. I don't think so. Even though he had injury, there was still some games where you seen the inexperience come out, and I do believe he's going to be a great enough player to improve from last season and really take it up a whole nother notch next season. Because he's great. He's a generational type player.
Tough. The tough thing for me was the last game when he like went out for 2 quarters and let that fake Patrick Mahomes ass quarterback play.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, you gotta tough it out. I know you're hurt, bro. But you got to. Like, you're that good. Like, even if you're just out there and you're like can only throw 3 yards, you're better than fake Patrick Mahomes. I mean, and like we said with injuries, like he can't get hurt for them. Like he is their like whole offense in a nutshell. I don't want to see him like have to carry it. And I don't think there's any team that like could play the injury card more than the Niners.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, injury bug for sure.
They went 6-10 though. They were pretty good. They lost Robert Saleh to the Jets. Look, Jimmy G, Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk,
Bosa.
Bosa. I'm sure we're forgetting people.
They lost
Fred Warner. I seen get banged up at times. They're losing Jaquaski Tart for times.
Yeah, their
Jason
corner
Verrett
Sherman
has a resurgence. Sherman's out. Like, all things considered, I gave them a B, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. They went 6-10. I was like, you know what? Like, you went through a lot of injuries, dude. Like, they could have easily went like 4-12 under like a shitty head coach.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan deserves a lot of credit. Their one issue, and I think it goes back to kind of like the Rams situation, is the quarterback. I do feel like Jimmy G is the problem, and yeah, they would have been a lot more improved if he would have played, but I don't think he takes them over the top. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. And I'm gonna say this with injuries. I wish I can give him an incomplete, but I'm gonna give him a B minus. Okay, I'm gonna give him a B minus just off the straight reason why I don't think if Jimmy Garoppolo would have played, they would have been any type of Super Bowl winner or anything like that. They're not gonna win a Super Bowl with that guy, and I think it's a big reason why they might cut him. They might cut him, or they might trade him. Whatever the case is. Me personally, I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be the San Francisco 49ers starting quarterback next season. I don't believe that.
They cut him after June 1st, bro. They save $24 million. They already have $14 million in cap space. Then they're going to have, like 38? So, look, let me give you the scenario I gave last year around this time to our good friend Joey, who I want to just call out for saying, can I give him a shout out? Is that okay?
Shout out to Joey.
He called the Super Bowl. He said the refs were going to do some bullshit. The Chiefs were going to lose. He called it. I can't even front. I can't give my man his respect. He wanted his damn respect. He texted me. He wanted his damn respect. But look, this is the scenario I gave him last year. I said after Super Bowl, I said, y'all should cut Jimmy G while you can. Because what did the Niners have the Super Bowl run on defense that everyone talked about? They had depth out the ass. You know what they could have used last year on? Some of that depth. If they cut Jimmy, they could have kept like everybody. They wouldn't have traded Buckner. They wouldn't have lost people. And like, dude, he completed 7 passes in the NFC Championship game, and they fucking won, bro. Like, what do you need him for?
Yeah, that's how talented they were. And look, they still got talent. You mentioned Deebo Samuel, even though he was hurt. They have a stud in Brandon Ayuk. Ayuk is a really
100%.
Great receiver.
100%. And now, like, with Kittle, Ayuk, and Debo, like, I think, you know how, like, I always make fun of the Niners receivers because, like, all they do is jet sweeps because, like, they can't catch the ball downfield? I think that's more on Jimmy than anybody.
Yeah.
And especially last year with Beathard and Nick Mullins. Like, geez, they were awful. And look, I'm going to add one more thing. You know who else they're going to cut? They're going to cut D Ford. He's got a really bad neck injury. That's $12 million they're going to save.
I don't think any team won that trade.
No, somehow Frank Clark got worse when he got to the Chiefs. D Ford got worse when he went to the Niners, except for like that playoff run. He was pretty good.
Yeah.
But same thing with Frank Clark.
Frank Clark. Someone in the comment section is gonna be like, Frank Clark was a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, Pro Bowl Madden. When they played Madden against each other. Anyone, you want to go do our Pro Bowl after the show? We'll play some Madden. Like, they got some big free agents too. They got Trent Williams, Jason Verrett, Jaquiski Tartt, Kyle Juszczyk, DJ Jones. Like, I think Sherm's gone, to be honest. He's washed.
No, he's not washed. I wouldn't say that. He's not washed.
That boy's washed. You can't play man-to-man, you washed.
I don't think so.
That boy's as fast as I am.
There's numerous guys. There's numerous guys that can't play man-to-man defense, but they fit in certain type of schemes. And to be honest, he's never been a man-to-man, even when his heydays. He can easily be a guy that can uplift the defense and be a leader in the locker room and be that veteran presence. Yeah, he's not the Richard Sherman of old with the whole NFC Championship game, locking up dudes and playing for the LOB. No, he's not that. But he's never been a man-to-man corner. There is a spot for him. I can easily see him still playing football and playing as long as a guy like Terrence Newman, like a guy like that, who was really productive at the end of his career.
Are you making your pitch for him to also join the Silver and Black? Excuse me, Hassan Reddick.
I did hear that, Sherman. But I mean, he can join anyone though, man. Sherman's not washed. Should he move on from San Francisco? Yes. I don't think. I think the time has come for him to move on, and I don't think the Niners are mad at it. They need to upgrade that position. They need to get younger, they need to get faster, and they need to get more talented at that position.
Yeah, I don't think Verrett's the answer either. Like, he missed 2 years because of injury. You can't count on a guy like that.
Yeah.
And look, my last question to you. You've teased it before on the podcast. What's the Mike McGlinchey situation? Are you going to exercise that option? Or are you going to let him walk?
I don't know, man. If they pick it up, it's going to be a lot of money. A lot of people forget he was a high draft pick. Okay,
ninth pick,
number 2. He's a tackle. Okay, the difference between a top 10 pick salary when you pick up that 5th-year option from outside of the top 10 is a huge difference. He's going to get paid a lot of money. And not to mention, David Bakhtiari just boosted up the market for left tackles. Okay, he recently just got paid. So it's going to be a pretty penny for Mike McGlinchey. And Mike McGlinchey had a really down year. I don't know, Joe Staley retired and now he doesn't have no leadership. He doesn't know what to do because Joe Staley retired. Apparently, Joe Staley used to go to his house and watch film with him every single week before the game. I don't know.
The boy just need a babysitter.
Yeah, apparently he needs a babysitter. He lost a bunch of weight. He's so skinny now. He doesn't have none of that mass. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Mike McGlinchey.
Yeah, I mean, how often do you hear about a tackle losing weight, bro? Usually they pull who's a really fat left tackle used to come into camp out of shape? I can't think of any right now. Like, you know, like those guys always show up overweight and shit. Like, what happened to those tackles, bro? Now we got tackles showing up underweight. You know it's bad.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I wouldn't pick it up. And you know what? If he has an amazing year, just tag him, bro. Like, what's the difference?
Exactly.
I know it's going to be a lot of money. You might as well, like, you got to, like, prove it. You got to make him prove it to you to earn the money.
It goes back, but look, it goes back to the Jimmy G situation. You cut Jimmy G, a lot of these problems go away. And it frees up a lot of things, okay? And if you keep Jimmy G, there's going to be a lot of holes on your roster that you're not going to be able to fill. Like we said, they need a corner, okay? They're going to have to wind up paying Fred Warner. Fred Warner's going to get a big contract. He's probably the best linebacker in football.
He's going to reset the market, bro. He's going to reset the freaking market.
Yeah, he's going to reset the market. Who knows? They might get another edge rusher. They might sign a corner. Who knows, man? The offensive line needs to be boosted and upgraded. They're going to have to wind up picking up Mike McGlinchey's fifth-year option, like we said. That's going to be a pretty penny. But look, a lot of that stuff is going to be avoided if they get rid of Jimmy G. Now, when they get rid of Jimmy G, I don't know who they're going to sign, whether it's maybe they wind up signing Kirk Cousins or getting Deshaun Watson. I know Joey, the 49er fan, hopes that happens. I don't know. I just know Jimmy G shouldn't be the quarterback. I'm going to pound on the table and continue to say that. 49ers, John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, if you're listening, I know you're not, but Jesus, do not keep Jimmy G. Get rid of him. He's not the dude. Please.
I'm 100% in agreement with you. He's gone. So many of these issues just disappear. And look, McGlinchey, I'm kind of reminded of Jack Conklin. Remember when they didn't pick up his fifth-year option? It surprised the hell out of me. And I feel like he's kind of in a similar boat. They had a lot of early success, and they kind of tapered off, and now like they kind of got to prove themselves.
Exactly. And they gotta nail this draft.
They really do. They got to get some depth back that made them special, because they got a lot of special players, but they need some depth, man. They really lost a lot of that.
Yeah, they lost a lot of depth, but this draft is super important for a team like this because they were just in the Super Bowl the year before this, right? And like we said, they had a bunch of injuries and the whole nine, okay? This team is not a 6-10 team. We all know that. So they're gonna get a high draft pick, and they gotta take advantage of this thing. They gotta draft a contributor. Do not draft a guy that's going to be a project guy or whatever. You need a guy that's going to go in and have an impact on your team from week one. Like, he's a starter. He's going to have an impact. Like a guy like, even though he didn't go in the first round, but a guy like Antoine Winfield. Like, he wasn't highly touted, but draft a guy like that. He's going to play from week one, and he's going to impact your team. That's a guy that the 49ers need to draft.
Definitely need to get like a pro-ready prospect, like you said. Definitely could use that. Look, before we wrap it up, because I think we covered everything. What's like the ladder for this division?
Oh man,
this is the toughest one, bro.
Yeah, this is the toughest division. Toughest. I'm gonna go number one, the LA Rams. Okay, I think the Rams are top dog. I expect big things from them. They're number one. Who's your number one?
I'll go with the Rams, man, just because they have the Stafford thing. Like, if they had Kirk Cousins, the Niners, they'd be number one for me.
Who do you got at two?
I'll go the Niners.
Niners, okay. I'm going to go Cardinals. I expect
Really?
big things from Kyler Murray, yeah. I know you're not a big Cliff Kingsbury fan, but I'm going to go Cardinals. 3, I'm going to go the Niners. That's if they get rid of
Seattle
Jimmy.
at 4?
There's a big question mark, okay? I don't know who's going to play quarterback. That's my whole thing. So it can flip-flop. They can easily be 4th. But being 4th is not bad. And being 3rd is not bad in this division.
So you have Seattle being 4th, bro.
I have Seattle being 4th.
I got Seattle at 3, Arizona at 4. I'm not a big Cliff Kingsbury fan, and I got Russ, man. They win 10 games every year with Russ, so I can't put them at 4.
Like I said, the 4th team in this division can be a playoff team. As crazy as that sounds, it was heading towards that in the beginning of the season. People were saying that there was a possibility that, because since they bring that extra seed in, it's possible that all 4 teams in the NFC West can make it. It's possible. So being 4 is not bad. You can still win 10 games and maybe not even get into the playoffs.
I would love to see 4 teams from the same division in the playoffs.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be really good. But we're going to wrap it up there. That was a good one. I enjoyed that one. That was an interesting division.
Like, kind of the NFC East sucked, bro, to be honest. I can't even lie. I can't defend my division right now. It was bad, bro.
Oh, man. And not a lot of flip-flopping in this division. Like, besides the Niners, all of them got quarterbacks who we know that's going to be that are going to be there.
Yeah, that's the biggest question in the division. Who's the Niners quarterback? Because that could just swing the whole division
Exactly.
if they get Kirk or Deshaun.
Exactly.
Especially Deshaun. Let's wrap it up, bro. Send us home, baby.
I'm going to send y'all home. Like I said, keep on following us, bro. Social media, streaming platforms. We love you guys, man. We appreciate you guys. Hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on post notifications. Like this video. Comment down below. Call me a Niner hater. Call me a Jimmy Garoppolo hater. All you Jimmy Garoppolo supporters, go down in the comment section. Flame me up, bro. All right?
Please, make your case.
Make the case,
I dare you.
All right? I want to hear it, okay? And if you guys are a Rams fan or a Seahawks fan, Cardinals, 49ers, drop down below. What do you think you guys should do? Maybe you think you guys should trade, I don't know, Eric Armstead. Who knows, all right? Maybe you're a Sherman guy. Maybe you want to keep Sherman. Let us know, all right?
You don't have to worry about the Rams fans, bro. They don't exist. I've yet to see one with my own 2 eyes.
Oh, man. Well, just like Todd Gurley's knee, I'm out.
God, that was uncalled for. But like Todd Gurley's other knee, I'm also out. Sorry.
We out. Peace.